back to another episode of the Climb Together podcast. I'm your host, Tonage, here with my co-host, Deception. Deception, say hi.
What up?
We are back for another episode. This is episode number 92. We're making great strides here. We're only 8 weeks away. Well, 9 technically, because we don't do Thanksgiving. But 98 episodes away from 100, and I know I mention it every episode for the past like 5 episodes, but I'm excited for it, and you should be too, because great things are coming, and it's a new era of the podcast. I mean, hell, we've been we've been pretty consistent here. I'm probably jinxing it, knock on wood, but we've been really consistent, and this is the podcast has been doing great, you know. Um, I want to get it back on um like Spotify and stuff like that. 'Cause I haven't done one of those since the 20 something episode. That's what I'm thinking about. Getting that back on there. But I want to know your guys' thoughts. Would it be better for you guys to listen to it that way, or what? Just let me know. What do you think, Deception? Should I get back on that
I
way?
definitely think it would be good to try to get it out on every
Every
platform
platform?
possible.
Yeah. Because then I can listen to the podcast on Spotify and have my friends listen to it on Spotify. Because YouTube, it's like, you know, and we're still pretty much, we're still pretty heavy audio podcast. I mean, we really don't do a lot of visuals. We don't have face cams because Deception hasn't done a face reveal. So, um,
Yeah, dude, what do you mean?
what?
It's been on the ladder. It was on behind
Oh,
the green
okay,
screen,
yeah,
bro.
yeah, yeah. We could start using that. I mean, be a JPEG streamer, like you said. Uh, but I don't know. Thoughts? Let us know either in chat or in the comments if you guys are watching this later on YouTube. But anyway, going into today's episode, um, what is there to talk about this week? I know there's some rumors going around about Crimsix specifically. These are all rumors. No, nothing's confirmed. Nor
I mean, they basically leaked it, bro.
yeah, basically, but it's not like confirmed. Like it's not announced by Optics themselves. So you know, it's all rumored. Don't hold us to it if it doesn't happen, please. But usually we're pretty right on this podcast. I don't. There are very few times when we're wrong. Um, but you should definitely set the podcast on Spotify. All right, sounds good, Dragon. All right, we got one person saying we should. That means we should. In my book, anyway. Um,
Yeah, I have fun uploading the last 80 episodes.
I know. I have to make them all audio files too. Uh, but I did like go a whole year without like paying $100 subscription. So if that's the way we gotta do it, that's the way we gotta do it. Um, so getting into this Crimsix situation, I'm gonna let Deception take the lead, but it's kind of rumored. This is kind of like the brief overview is rumored that Crimsix is leaving FaZe Clan and joining Optic Gaming and returning home to the Green Wall. Essentially.
Yeah, somebody put out an article about Crim and like Porsche because um he won the Porsche Sprint Challenge Championship, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Um,
He's been
yeah,
killing it. Sidebar, he's been
he had a
killing it in
bunch
the
of
racing
wins.
scene.
Like he performed really well. His first season racing ever in a real car, and he wins championship. Um, that doesn't happen super often.
Uh-uh.
But somebody from Porsche made an article basically talking about Krim and like what he's achieved and all that in this first season, and they noted that he was coming back to his former esports team, Optic Gaming, in the article.
Yeah. Um, which is pretty like huge because I
Literally,
mean,
like the quote says, "Racing with Rafa Racing by JDX, and now reunited with his whole esports team, Optic Gaming. He's filling his time. He's filling his time creating content online and improving daily."
mhm. So now when is he officially coming back? Because I mean he's still like technically rostered by FaZe Clan. I mean they kept him in the.
I assume that maybe he's already out of contract with FaZe and he just hasn't changed it because he doesn't want people to think anything because you know 90% of the time that somebody gets out of contract with something, especially in the COD world, like everybody goes on that site where you can see where somebody's Twitter bio has changed and like, oh, I found it. So like he's probably just not doing anything like that to prevent any extra rumors. But I don't know. I think this Porsche guy screwed it a little bit for him.
Oh yeah, for sure. But you know what?
He
Yeah,
has
it's,
been doing more content with the Optic guys though. I mean,
it's
he showed up
true.
with Optic and the Dynasty team at Champs. Like,
Hmm.
um,
Maybe that was like his thing, being like, yeah, like that's him being in an Optic jersey again was just making him like, let me do this again. Let me run it back.
well, and I could easily see him being integrated into the content a lot easier with Optic than FaZe because, like, I don't know, like,
His location mainly. I mean, he is in
well, his
Texas.
location and the fact that since FaZe is rebranded, they basically did nothing with him.
Yeah. I mean, they really have been like, I'm not saying that FaZe is doing like bad by any means. I mean, their subathon that they did in September was like uber fucking successful. But like as far as utilizing anyone other than those guys that live together, like very minuscule use out of
Yeah,
anyone
I
else.
really don't see a lot of stuff on like Twitter and all that about like Adapt, Apex, like Banks.
I see
I
a
see a
lot
lot
about
of stuff about
Adapt.
Banks, but
I see a
like
lot about Adapt.
90% of the stuff I see about FaZe is like Kason and Jason and whoever else they have. I don't know any of the new people on FaZe really, but like that's it.
I mean, it's not really like the content that we watch. I mean, they're not really gaming streamers as much as they are like IRL streamers. So and they do a lot of just chatting. Um, so I mean that kind of makes sense that we really weren't
I don't
familiar
know.
with
The
who they
thing
were.
is like I like that they're going back to. They say they're going back to their roots, but the going back to their roots means playing video games, and most of them don't do that.
I think but what they mean by like I've watched a couple like Banks podcasts and pretty much what they mean by like going back to the roots is just like a bunch of guys like that are genuinely friends with each other, creating content together. Pretty much, I think that's pretty much what they mean by like going back to the roots. Cause like yeah, I thought the
I
same
mean, that
thing.
makes
Like
sense.
I thought the same thing because like they really have not been like gaming. You know, like their team isn't really like gaming oriented. When it comes to like just who they have on the roster.
I
Um,
mean, it wasn't like the typical it wasn't the FaZe content guys. It was mainly the FaZe COD guys. But like, it was cool seeing Kason throw that tournament. I thought that was great.
yeah, but so it's a little different, but I think it's paying off for them honestly. Like they feel proud to have that name attached, like to have that name attached to them again. And I think that was just kind of like the main goal that they were going for. So the fact that they achieved it, like good for them. Like I mean, if I wasn't proud to have the syndicate name attached to me, like that would be pretty like I'd be bummed. I'd be bummed, honestly. For like lack of better terms, like
I don't know.
creating something.
The hard part I think about a lot of people that knew FaZe like pre like 2015, 2016 ish is like as well that includes me is like all we know is them playing COD
Yeah.
all the time. You know, sniping, trick shotting, all that. So when they say they're going back to their roots, but they're just doing IRL streams all the time, I'm like, are you really though?
Yeah. Yeah. You mocking me? Yeah. I think I don't know. That's why I interpret them as like going back to their roots. Because obviously they're not playing games anymore.
That's the weirdest part too. Is like they have
Look
like
at that.
basically, I wouldn't say a completely split fan base, but there's like the old like guard of FaZe fans who like watch them play COD all the time. And then there's like the newer FaZe fans that watch their IRL stuff and all that.
Yeah. And I think it kind of splits up too. Like the IRL stuff is for like, like the newer kids, and then like the esports side is for the people that, have been following the organization for so long.
Yeah, the esports side is really cool. That's about the only part of FaZe that I like follow or like care about. But you know.
Yeah. But I mean, you know what, they're happy with where it's been going, and that's important. And I don't know, they
I mean, I
seem
kind
very
of like
much.
that they're bringing back the team house thing a little bit.
Yeah. I mean,
I
like,
think that's cool.
it's a hard thing. Are you growling? Sorry, Riss was growling. Um,
Does that surprise you?
no. Um, but it's very hard to do team houses in like this day and age of gaming, because like, especially with the established organizations, because a lot of the people are very far in their careers and in their lives to where they have like fiancés, girlfriends, wives, husbands, to where like
Ew, imagine being committed to somebody.
oh yeah, it's crazy to think about.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah. Why are you growling?
No, it's scratching Mitch. Thinking about
Um,
that wolf girl from earlier.
Oh my god. It's hard for them to do these kind of team houses because they all have these separate lives and they can't really live together anymore like that. And so, taking all these young kids that are fresh content creators that don't really have these established relationships to where they're living with their partners, to be able to put in a house like this and create content again is a very rare thing to do, but it is proven beneficial. The main like benefit of it is like, one, you're living in an area with a bunch of other people that want to create, which fuels you to create, because like, as you know, you've heard people say before, like if someone else is making a video and you're not, you feel lazy, so you pull out the camera and make a video.
I mean, that's what happened in the Optic House all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, so it fosters this creative environment for people to do better, um and to try to outstage each other in a friendly competition while also collaborating with other people. You never like, oh man, I don't have anyone to like work with today. You could literally go to freaking the next room over, walk 10 steps, and boom, you're with someone that is down to make a video with you.
Well, and it can create really fun like IRL content streams, because I remember like it would obviously be a little different now. It'd be more like a stream probably than a video, because IRL streaming is blown up since the days of the Optic House. But like, I remember when Nadeshot would post like day of the life videos back in 6050, and then like at the Scuff House there would always be like videos of like Maniac and Hitch going to Target, or like when Formal was there, like him and Formal did a bunch of stuff together. Like um there was always like, there was Scump of vlog videos where he was hanging out around the house, or they would go like get food or something like that. It was just really cool.
Yeah. So I mean, I think it's nice to see that they're doing that again. I mean, like the amount of like things that they did during that 30-day stream was insane. I think they filmed like a whole music video during that stream. So I was
Better than KSI's song.
yeah. This song is not great. Even the sidemen like are shitting on him for it, which is, I think, is hilarious.
I just think it's funny because he was like, "Y'all can like stop hating me now," but I'm like, "Don't make a glorified Disney song with Prime ad like labels in it."
Yeah. And Prime is like a whole different issue, but I mean, they did it successful. You know what? Like, as much as I don't like Prime and I don't think it's very like a good thing to drink, it's like the Mountain Dews of the water world.
I just don't think it tastes very good.
Like Mountain Dew, it looks so neon green that you're like, should I drink that?
It's not green. When you pour it out, it's neon yellow.
Well, it's neon something, and if
Bro,
something's
Mountain Dew is not
neon,
yellow. Are you colorblind, bro?
The bottle's green,
the bottle is green. Yes,
but the drink itself is yellow.
it's got like a green tint to it.
It's yellow.
I don't know. I haven't seen the. It's not yellow. Yellow.
Yes, it is. Where's your phone?
Okay, hold on. I'm looking this up to settle this debate.
That's
See,
fucking yellow.
it's got like a green tint to it.
So the hue may be green,
I can't even see it, bro.
but it is yellow.
I know you can't
Look
even
at
see
that.
it.
That's yellow.
Exception can't see it.
That's not his bad.
No, he just can't
Oh.
see it. He doesn't have the access to it. Hold on, let me just fix this real quick. I'll do drink color. There you go. But anything that like has a hue that looks, I don't know.
That's fucking yellow, dude.
Anyway, it's neon. And then like the prime drink, like
You have to do color.
They don't put as many colors in Prime.
no, but
You pour the drink out, and most of them are like very bland color.
I'm getting fucking the prime color wheels. Hold on.
Why can you not spell?
I just don't like the way that Prime tastes. It just, ugh.
Just like
I would like.
It's
they
a
say that
murky
Prime is,
water.
really good for hydration,
Ugh.
but I'm like, bro, I would rather have Gatorade.
It looks like I
bro.
low-key piss
well,
blood.
it's like the YouTuber Gatorade, which the thing is like
That's fucking gross.
Yeah, but I hate it.
And the
bro.
bottles are low-key ugly.
the bottles are
I
ugly.
don't know. I've never tried the Prime energy drinks. I would probably try those, but like the Prime hydration, I don't like.
I don't know. I don't think that they're like you can't
Oh, fuck,
buy
I
them.
gotta go.
All right, I love you.
Bye.
Good luck.
Thanks, it's just French. It's just
Oh.
mine.
Parle le français. Alright.
I want to try the Prime energy drinks. I've never tried those, but
Prime Energy has as much caffeine as 6 Cokes or 2 Red Bulls, according to Food Babe. I don't know, man. It scares
how much
me.
caffeine is in Prime energy? That's the question.
Prime Energy.
Because they
drink.
make it sound bad, but in reality, it might not actually be.
I mean, 2 Red
like
Bulls,
that much
dude. Like,
Yeah, but like Red Bull doesn't have as much caffeine as like other energy drinks. Red Bull has some of the lowest caffeine content of any energy drink.
it has 200 milligrams of caffeine.
Yeah, 200 is like normal. They make it sound horrible, but it's like that's normal.
I mean, let me see this.
How
I don't
big
know.
is the can? That's the question.
How big is the can? I don't know. I think it's small.
Like, is it 12 ounces, 16 ounces?
It's 12 ounces.
Okay, 200 milligrams and 12 ounces is a little bit much, but I mean like
It's very
200
concentrated.
200 milligrams in terms of like caffeine levels is normal.
Yeah, it's very concentrated from what I can see. I'm on the official Prime website, by the way, guys. It's vegan. The electrolytes. It also
Yeah, of
says for
course it's
ages.
vegan. It doesn't have crap in it that would be from animals, bro.
The thing that gets me though, it says for ages 18 and up. Like, why?
Yeah, because ideally somebody under the age of 18 technically shouldn't really be drinking energy drinks.
Hold on. I don't. I just want to shop. I just want a shop.
I just think it's funny that they label it as vegan when it's already like there's nothing from animals that would even be in the drink anyway. Like it's a drink.
I don't know. Purchase is limited to 1 per person. It just got some weird.
Oh, because that's probably a limited time one. That's probably
Yeah,
why
hold on. Let me
purchase
see
limit.
here. Oh yeah, it is just 1. Antioxidants,
I
electrolytes.
just don't like hydration. Like the hydration kind I've had it. I just
It's kind of gross, dude. It's. I
just
had a.
tastes bad.
I had a blue. Which one did I have? Well, let me show you which one I have had. I have had.
I've only had
This
the
one,
lemon lime,
I've had the
and I
blue
didn't think the lemon
raspberry.
lime was that bad, but it just like I don't know, it just tasted like bad water.
Yeah, I mean, there's zero sugar added, so like, I understand that like that's probably why it tastes so bad, but
I don't know, like you could get Gatorade with zero sugar, and I guarantee you it tastes better than Prime.
it does. And I've had the blue Gatorade with zero sugar because I accidentally bought that instead of
Like
regular. It was a whole
I
thing,
don't
but
know, like I know that Prime is a little different because Gatorade is not really like water, but Prime is mostly like water. But like I would much rather have Gatorade if I'm gonna get electrolytes and hydration than Prime.
so this is what I want to see. Okay, so the Canada, the Canadian, um, um, okay,
Quit
it is
looking at
legal.
Canada, bro.
Because usually, if things are not, so the U.S. is like the most like lax, I feel like, requirements in the Food and Drug
Yeah.
Administration, mainly for like buy off purposes. Because like you think of like the whole like Purdue Pharma thing, like they were paid off to get it approved. Like the FDA isn't super trusted, in my eyes, but like a lot of other countries, like certain things aren't allowed. Like McDonald's is like healthier in other countries, way healthier, less like
I've watched
prepackaged.
energy drink videos about comparing like UK to US energy drinks, and UK energy drinks don't use many of the colors and ingredients that we use
Yeah,
because it is considered harmful,
yeah,
especially to children.
yeah. So, and that's the thing is like that's like the main target of Prime is children. Oh my god, this happens every fucking week. I hate this. Boom arm.
I
Once a
don't know.
week, my
I've
boom arm
never
like
tried
falls.
the I've never tried Prime Energy, and now that we're talking about it, I kind of want to try it. I've never had the desire to try it,
I don't know.
but I did not like the hydration, so I don't have the highest hopes in the world for the energy drink. But I could be wrong. Maybe the energy drink is good.
I don't know. If it's bubbled, I might like it. But the thing is like, oh my god, hold on. Tone is struggling this morning.
Next time I go to Walmart, I'm definitely gonna buy a Prime Energy and try it. And I'll
Well,
get
the
back
thing
to
is like,
you.
a lot of the things like in America and the U.S. just in general are not very good. Um, I don't know. There's a lot of things in America that just like sucks, like for your health. I mean, it's kind of like the whole like I could get into this conspiracy theory, which is really not as much a theory as is proven by like studies and stuff like that, but like um the US is just like they're making us sicker so we spend more money to get healthier. Um and that's why like it's one of the main reasons why veganism
I
is
can
so
definitely see that.
but it's one of the main reasons why
They add
veganism is so
so many
popular.
unhealthy things into foods that normally wouldn't be nearly that bad.
And it's
Like
like
especially when it comes to fast food, and of course, fast food is the most affordable.
I mean, and you look and like most of the places that we get like produce in like small town America, speaking specifically because that's where I live, is like Walmart. And then in like New York's case scenario, Wegmans. Like that's like a big thing in New York. Wegmans. Every town has a Wegmans, or every county has
Never
a
heard of that
Wegmans.
place.
It's people fucking love it. It's like the smaller version of Walmart. Um,
Mm.
it's like a big thing here. Like when my nana moved, she moved. One of the reasons why she didn't want to move was because there wasn't a Wegmans in her town that she was moving to.
That makes sense.
So it's just like it's a great place. Um, I personally love it, but like most of the time, like, Deception, where do you do your grocery shopping?
Walmart
Yep.
90% of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we'll go to Kroger. Kroger's good.
Yeah, but it's like these big chain places instead of like farmers markets or, you know, like actual like mom and pop grocery stores. And it kind of shows like how reliant we are on these big box stores that we don't even know where they're getting this produce. I mean, they say local, but how local? Are we talking local to the US? Are we talking local to the state, or are we talking
Yeah, we
local
talking
to
about
the area?
local. Is it like just in the U.S., bro?
Like there's three different locals. There's non-imported local from the US, there's local from the state, and then there's local from the county. And like when it comes to like places like where Deception and I are, where we're out in the middle of nowhere, like farmland, there's like 17 fucking farms down the road in this town where I go to school. And um how much of that comes from them? How much of it actually comes from this part of the state? And New York State's a fucking big state.
Right.
It takes you like 5 hours. It takes from the tip of Long Island to the tip of the top. It's like 7 hour drive.
I mean, my state's bigger than yours.
Um, no,
It takes me longer.
I don't know. I've never actually done that. Actually, I think it might be more because it's like 5 hours from home, and the city's 4 hours from home, but it's like an hour middle. So like
That's crazy that
maybe like 8 or 9.
I could probably get like, it doesn't take, like, it takes you 4 hours to get to New York City and you live in the same state.
Mm-hmm.
That's like it takes me, if I wanted to go to the capital of Virginia, which is Richmond for people that don't know. It would take me like 8 hours.
For me to get to Albany, it takes like from here 4. From
It would
home
take
3.
me like 8 to 10 hours to get from here to Washington D.C. You
Yeah.
could probably get to Washington D.C. quicker than me, to be honest.
How far is it? Let me see. I'm gonna do the.
You probably could get there quicker than me.
Well, let me see. Let me put this in the Google Maps. For me to get to Washington State, well, Washington D.C., not Washington State. My location. Takes me 6 hours, just a little over 6 hours. It's like straight down.
It takes me almost 7 hours.
Cause you're like on the tip, aren't you?
Yeah, but I live in the same state, bro.
I know.
That's the point.
Where am I? Yeah, you're like on the tip. So you're like down here. Tip. Yeah, well, it's one top from the other top. So let me think here. Let me go this. Go there. We'll do Southampton, New York, right? Which is like the tip of Long Island. Southampton. Southampton, New York.
If I wanted to go from my house to Virginia Beach, which is in the same state, it takes almost 8 hours.
To the tip of the state, which is like that's the border. And that's we'll go like right up to the border here. Whoa, it should be like we'll go to Plattsburgh, New York, which is like pretty much the upmost town in New York. So from Southampton to Plattsburgh, both the tips takes 6 hours and 19 minutes to get from the absolute tip of New York City to Plattsburgh, which is pretty much the tip of New York State.
So it would take you over 6 hours to be able to touch tips.
Yeah.
Got
and then to get to where I am from the tip to the other side Rochester.
Man, y'all need to like work on that. If it takes
Yeah.
you 6 hours to touch tips, bro.
Dude, I don't know. It actually takes longer to get to where I am than the tip. It takes like 6 hours, almost 7 hours from the tip to the other side. And then, 8 hours with no tolls. Oh my god, that's ridiculous. Yeah, that's why it takes so long. It's because we take that far. Anyway, so it could be anywhere. You know, the states are big. But anyway, where was I getting at? I don't remember. We're
States
moving
are
on.
big, bro. Except for like Rhode Island.
Yeah, Rhode Island's tiny. That's why it's a little island. But anyway,
Not
it's
an
just this
island,
whole
okay.
thing. And then you know what I saw in the grocery store the other day? Freaking Jake Paul released a fucking like hair care thing. Like,
I have not seen this.
you have not seen this? Bruh. Okay, let me pull it up. I saw it. Jake Paul hair.
Where did you see it? 'Cause I didn't see it.
I saw it at Walmart, dude.
I did not see this.
Hair care product. Yeah, it's called W.
They probably don't have it in my Walmart. If I had to guess, my Walmart. It feels like my Walmart is the last Walmart in the world to get anything.
Yeah. Okay, let me pull this up for the chat. It's covered. I got the coverage by TMZ.
I mean, why my Walmart might have been one of the last Walmarts in the U.S. to be created. We didn't get a Walmart till like 2007, bro.
Damn. All right. Podcast screen. So this is like TMZ Sports. Oh wait, that's I'm clicking too many things. Too many pop-ups. Yeah, it's called W. It's called For the Win, I think. FW.
Oh.
Yeah, For the Win. Right there. There's so many fucking ads. Oh my god, TMZ. Yeah, it looks like it's like comes in this bottle with the For the Win. It's body
Okay.
wash, 2-in-1, body spray, bar soap, and deodorant.
I mean, it's cool if they bundle all that together, but how much does it cost?
I don't know. Let me look on the website here. All right.
How much cost are we talking?
W by Jake Paul. So this is the hydrating 2-in-1 conditioner shampoo. It's for $7.97.
Why do I feel like that's like a lot more than like an Axe or an Old Spice or something like that?
Yeah. All right. Let's take a look see here. So I mean it's not too bad. I mean there's hella products in different flavors and not flavors.
How you tasting it?
Not flavors, scents. This one's like odor blocking, long
I mean, personally,
lasting.
I wouldn't want to taste it, but
Yeah. It's hairstyling clay
I
for
have a feeling
men.
the flavor would be a lot different than the scent.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean like this is a pretty big thing. And it looks like it's just with Walmart too. I don't think you really buy it anywhere. Shampoo. We'll go men's shampoo. Ooh. Whoa.
That might be why it costs more. It might be because it's exclusive to Walmart. They made it cost a little bit
Yeah.
more.
But I mean like Old Spice Men 2-in-1 is $7.97. Dove is pretty cheap.
But like that looks like such a bigger like bottle.
Oh yeah.
For the Win.
But I mean like it's
that looks
pretty
like
much
the same price, but you get like double the amount.
Yeah. It looks like it's kind of on par. I guess I don't really know. I'd have to look at the sizes.
I like my Old Spice, bro. I don't know if I
You like your Old Spice? Dude, fucking Dr. Squatch. It is expensive, but it is so good for your body, and it's got like, we use this rating app for like hair care products and stuff like that. Dr. Squatch rates like 97 out of 100 every time, when like other things like fucking Dove is like 0 out of 100. Like this stuff is good. Doesn't have any like additives or anything. Definitely a plug for Dr. Squatch. Their shit smells
I've seen
so
it, but
good.
I've never tried it.
It's so good. I use their deodorant. I use
I
their
picked up their bars of soap in Walmart and smelled them.
yeah,
They do smell great.
Dr. Squatch. Dude, I have fucking Minecraft deodorant from Dr. Squatch. They did like a partnership or whatever. But like it's a little bit more on the expensive side, but it's good quality stuff. Like yeah, the diamond scrubbed Minecraft bar soap, got that. Um the bar soap is their main thing. That's kind of where
Yeah.
they started. I don't know if you've ever seen their like ads. But
That
they
was
also have
all
like
I saw in the first when I know about Dr. Squatch. I didn't know they do all this other stuff. The deodorant's intriguing though. I'd probably try that.
the deodorant is so good. It is like one of the only deodorants that I can put on and it'll like last throughout the entire day no matter how like hot it is. So like I highly recommend Dr. Squatch. They also do like they have cologne. They have this is like a it's good. I highly recommend checking them out and using them. Because you know me, I use men's deodorant, always have, probably always will, because men's deodorant is like 10 bajillion times better than women's. Like, it's a known fact. Um,
That is facts.
so, but I started using theirs and
Smells better.
smells better. It lasts longer. It's like not as like
I mean,
yuck.
I kind of understand the appeal of like a lot of like some women's deodorant because some women's deodorant they make it like odorless, but like if I'm putting deodorant on, I want it to smell like something, bro.
Yeah. Or like the clear deodorant for like when you're going sleeveless, but like at the same time, like I'd rather not smell, you know. That's like my main thing. I wear
Well, and
deodorant so I
that's
don't
kind of the
fucking
thing
smell.
about deodorant that's scented is like if you even if it's starting to run out and you're getting to the point to where you might start smelling, you still have that deodorant scent in there.
Yeah, to kind of like mask it. So, but I don't know. This is just good shit right there. The Dr. Squatch. Highly recommend. 10 out
I
of
need
10.
to see if they have deodorant.
They do.
I just
I
wonder if they have it at my Walmart because my Walmart, like I said, it's like I feel like that's the last place in the world that gets anything.
yeah. My deodorant, my WalMarts are usually pretty good. I get pretty lucky.
Like
My WalMarts.
that Oreo flavored Coke has been out for like a month, and my Walmart still doesn't have it.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't even heard about this Walmart. Well, this Oreo flavored Coke. So, but anyway,
I did get to try it,
I
but
don't even remember what we were talking about, to be honest. But now we're just talking about random shit. I think it's kind of one of those days. There's not really a lot going on right now in the world of esports. I mean, actually there is. Halo World Championships were this weekend. This past weekend, I did get to watch Sunday's matches. I didn't work Sunday for once. It's crazy. Usually I work like every Sunday. Um, and the Optic got second again. This is like 5 straight events in a row. For the past year, they've gotten second, 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 second.
they always lose to SSG. That's
Yeah,
like the only team they can't beat.
yeah, and
Like they can destroy FaZe, but they play against SSG and they just lose.
yep. So
And like 90% of the time, it's they lose to SSG in grand finals. Like if they play them earlier in the bracket, they'll beat them, but then they lose in grand finals.
I don't know what it is. I think it. I don't. I think it could be. I don't know because like they got what's his name now? It was
Well, that's the
Penguin, but
funny
it's
thing is they picked up Dead Zone from
yeah.
SSG in the hopes that like he would be what would help them get over the hump against FaZe.
Mm-hmm. And it
Because they
was.
were constantly losing to FaZe the season before, and SSG was having problems because it felt like they weren't winning, so they got rid of Dead Zone and picked up Legend, and it's like it's like both teams accomplished their goals, but like Optic just couldn't get over the hump because like
Mm-mm.
Optic was beating FaZe like crazy this year. They really didn't really ever lose to FaZe, which was the point. But the problem is, SSG got way better with Legend, and Dead Zone left SSG because he wanted to win.
Mm.
Um, so he went to Optic, which is a good choice. But
Oh yeah.
now it's like Optic loses to SSG all the time.
And it's, I don't know, it's just so, because it's a
SSG won
great,
4 events this year. I think that's the most dominant
yeah,
season that we've had in Halo Infinite. I think
yeah. I mean, because like
because
if
even
you,
when Optic won World Champs, they only won 2 or 3 events. I think.
hmm well, because if you think about it, like yeah, second's great, and to keep getting like to keep placing like top two, like top three, even top five in an esport where any team can get up to that point is a good accomplishment. I think it's just like
Yeah, but
it's
it's
like
like at that point, it's like if you get second so many times, you have to win one eventually.
yeah, it's like first world problems. You know what I
And
mean? So many
it
people would
really
kill.
hurts because it's like you're constantly getting second, but you're not winning.
Yeah,
And
like
like the thing is about like Optic is like last year in Worlds, they went up against FaZe and they won. They came from losers bracket, won the first series like convincingly, and then played terribly the second series
yeah,
and lost. And like with this Worlds, they went up 3-0 and they went up 3-0 to try to force the second series and then lost the next 4.
yeah. I don't know. It's just they're so close. They're so close to
They
like
literally like if a few maps go different, they could be the only world champions that have been crowned in Halo Infinite. They could be 3-time world champion.
hmm but no. I don't know. It's just it's a Halo's just like it's kind of turning out like COD. I mean, you see the same three teams winning, FaZe, SSG, and Optic, but I mean,
Yeah,
it's kind
that's
of a
kind of how it's been since the start of the second year. The first year there was, I think, quite a bit more competition. I think it was a little. I mean, obviously, like for the most part, it was Optic and Cloud9, which Cloud9 ended up becoming SSG. But like for the most part, it was Optic and Cloud9.
Mhm.
Um, but there was a lot of contention for the other spots, and sometimes people would beat one of those two teams. Um, but the last 2 years now of Halo has just been Optic Phase or SSG, one
I
of the
think
two.
everyone kind of went really hard for the first year, and now they're like, okay, we're done. I don't know, cause I mean, it kind of like proves a point though, is like with that open system like that where anyone could beat anyone.
I mean, regardless of the fact that a lot of that, like for 90% of the time, it's Optic Phase and SSG in the top 3. There have been a lot of teams that have made crazy noise and gotten top 6, top 4 when they have never placed that high before. Like
Yeah.
you look at like Shopify Rebellion, they're like one of the big upset teams now, where it's like
Mm-hmm.
you better be scared of them because they could be you.
They could be good on
And
any
like
given day.
at Worlds, there was a team called Pure that ended up finishing top 4
Oh yeah, I saw
that
that.
like nobody had ever heard of.
Yeah.
FaZe beat them for top 3, but
Still though, they still like they gave FaZe a run for their money.
see that's the thing is there's teams like that that like there's a lot of teams like that in Halo because of the open system, and that's why the CDL would go. I wish the CDL would go back to that, but I don't know.
I think it.
It's really hard to beat the top like 3 teams.
Yeah.
Like it really shows that basically anybody could get to top 3, but then you have to try to beat the top 3 teams, and that's really difficult.
Well, because these rosters are they're it's hard to beat a well-oiled machine, and that's what some of these
Well, and it's hard to
teams.
beat teams like Optic and FaZe and SSG that have teams in other esports, so they're invested really highly,
Yeah.
and they probably have the money to be able to get whoever they want.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of the thing about the CDL is like, yeah, most of the teams, because they were able to pay for a CDL spot, have a bunch of money, but it depends on how much they want to spend. And
Yeah.
like, you don't see every team coming in like how Nate Shot cut his salary by 200K to sign this LA Thieves team.
Mm-hmm.
The only team that I have seen, and I will give them props right now because I don't think their team is as good as it could have been because most of them got picked up by LA Thieves, but
True.
the Gentlemates organization has come into the CDL and has really tried to make some big swings, and they
Mm-hmm.
have been wanting to throw out the money, and I like that.
I like that too. I like it when teams take chances. I mean, because
Scrap and Hydra both said that they were, if LA Thieves hadn't picked them up, they were going to go to Gentlemates because Gentlemates was going to pay them the same as LA Thieves, but initially LA Thieves wasn't willing to have them play in Texas, and that's what did it. They were like, "Let us play in Texas," and Nate was like, "Okay."
he was like, "Yeah, I'm moving there anyway, bitches."
But regardless of that, I still think the rumored Gentlemates roster is going to be pretty good. The rumor is they're picking up basically the three core members in Sky's, Priesta, and Kismet of that 2023 um, New York
Yeah.
World Championship winning team. But that team I still think is going to be pretty good. But I love that they're willing to throw out the money, and
Mm-hmm.
Gentlemates really wants to actually compete.
Well, you
Which
kind of
is
have
great.
to. I mean, to keep up with these teams, it's a.
Shows you the effect of the Esports World Cup because now
Mm,
we have like the Falcons coming in, taking over Vegas Legion spot. Gentlemates
thank
is coming
God.
in.
Oh my God. The Legion have been like bottom of the fucking barrel since 2020 when the league first formed, and
I
it
hate to
took
break it to you, but I think they're going to be even worse.
the Falcons.
Yeah, they signed. They're coming in with those four Arabic players that they played with at EWC, and
Mm,
those guys they made it. They were like they had like one map where they played well, and the rest of them they
mm,
got brutally destroyed.
I don't know, but the Legion there just hasn't been like a good org to have in
Yeah,
the
I'm glad
league.
that Legion is an order out.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't remember who the parent company is. I forgot, but
Well, they basically signed like nobody outside of the players because I remember like when they
they couldn't afford
almost
to.
squad wiped and like Temp was the only player they had left on the team. I think at the end of Cold War, I remember they were talking about how they had three people signed to their salaried on their team. It was Temp, Theory, who was the coach, and like somebody else.
Yeah.
That
Well,
was it.
they can't afford to. They don't win anything. They don't have the money. Like they can't afford to sign people if you don't have any money to sign them with. And no one's going
I
to
don't know,
invest
bro.
in a fucking bottom team. Like
Yeah, I mean that basically like with that situation, basically the only thing that would help is them just leaving and another team coming in, which
mhm.
is what is happening. But
Yeah. But I don't know. I think it'll be
why
interesting
I'm
though. I'll mix it
excited
up.
about Gentlemates is like I think a lot of people expected Gentlemates to just sign a players to minimums and not be that great, but like they're actually trying to compete.
Yeah, which is good. We need that competition. I mean, as much as I love that my team is top four. I think competition's good for everybody. Like um, and my team being Optic in this case scenario, mainly because Scorpion Syndicate doesn't have a COD team, so um, let alone a COD team in a fucking $1 billion buy-in league, but
Yeah, why I know that they wavered the buy-ins and I don't know if they actually made Falcons or Gentlemates pay anything to buy in.
mm,
Like they might be getting rid of that. The fact that for the longest time it was like it wasn't even 25. It was 25 for the first like year, but they raised it to like almost 30 mil after the first year.
yeah. Like I think it would be good to get more teams in there, cause like hell the fucking what's it called, the fucking shit, why do I suck with names right now, the NFL Yeah, it took me that long to think of the NFL. The NFL has 32 teams.
Yeah,
Or
but they've been around for so much longer.
still though, I mean like, and people still watch and they still go and do and. All right, let me look this up. How many teams did the NFL start with? So
I
when
think
they
it was like
first
8.
started, it was 8.
I know, like, for example, like when the NBA started, it was 8.
Oh, hold
And
on.
the NBA didn't cross over like 16, 17 teams until like the mid 70s. They'd been a thing for like 30 years.
All right. In 1920, there was 14 original NFL towns. All right. Do. They also had the World Wars that kind of like put a stunt on their growth. Um, World War One and then World War Two. They started in 1920, which was right around World War One, and then
After.
well, it was right after World War One. Sorry, and then World War Two hit, and everyone got drafted, so they couldn't really like run a league like that with everyone getting drafted to fight in a war. So, but I don't know. I think they have the capability to scale this a little bit bigger, and it needs to be scaled a little bit bigger, or have a
I
little.
think 90% of it is just down to the fact that the COD League is not run that well. I think if it was run well and teams had more of an incentive to come in, I feel like we'd have at least 16 teams, maybe even 20 or 24 by now.
Mm-hmm.
Because there have been a lot of teams that have wanted to compete. They just haven't had the money.
Yeah.
Or they didn't feel like it was worth the investment. And
And
that says more about the COD League than the
than
teams
anything
actually
else.
trying to get in there.
Yeah. Because like, what's the point of investing all this time, money, and like effort to build these teams and to hire these rosters for it to
I
show
know,
for
like, the
nothing?
guys that own Rise Nation have wanted to be in the COD League since the beginning, but they don't have the money to do a $25 million buy-in.
Yeah. I mean, who does? Not me. I'll tell you that right now.
I don't know, bro.
You don't know, bro?
Just
Right.
it says more about the COD League than the teams
Well,
trying to
for
get in
sure.
it.
For sure. I mean, because like we aren't. Like we don't have that like. I don't know. We just don't have like the. I mean, yeah, the CDL is not like, and esports in general is not like, the NFL where like everybody watches every Sunday with their like every weekend with their family. Like that's not how it works, unfortunately.
Well, we're also not on cable or national
Yeah.
television either.
I mean, a lot of NFL games aren't on cable either. They're like exclusively streamed on like Peacock now for a lot of them. But
Yep.
um but we're still like widely available. I mean, like everybody has access to YouTube. Everybody has access to Twitch for free. I mean, I think them streaming, I think
Well,
them
I
having
mean,
their,
and
YouTube
there's
exclusive
some
contract is
things
fucking them, but
like in the real sports world that have been moving stuff over to Twitch and YouTube.
yeah,
Like I know, like when Crayon competed in the Porsche Sprint Challenge, they streamed their stuff on YouTube. You didn't
smart.
have to have TV to watch it.
Yeah. I think that's smart though, cause like I don't know. I think gaming specifically though, I don't think there should be any exclusivity streaming contracts. In my personal opinion,
Yeah, that doesn't need
mainly
to be happening.
because of two reasons. One, it limits them so much. Like eh, you can only, like for like Seth, Scum for example with the watch party, he can only do the watch party on YouTube. He does it on Twitch, he's done. Like the specifics of it are like what the hell, like this is fucked. Because then at the end of the day, like, then not everybody's on YouTube like that, you know what I mean? And YouTube's algorithm for live streams is still funky as hell. I mean, it's not like as bad as it was, but it's still not great, you know? Like, I could be hopping on YouTube and sometimes the CDL stream doesn't even get recommended to me. But if I'm on Twitch, it's the first thing I see to the left. When I'm going to look through my followers list, as I see that the CDL is live with X amount of viewers, you know what I mean? Or like the ESL, for example, they stream on Twitch. And I feel like gaming is just more Twitch centered, especially now, like, that a lot of streamers YouTube contracts are kind of going up. A lot of them aren't taking any more exclusivity deals, or not taking any more exclusivity deals and multi-streaming, or they're coming back to Twitch.
Multi-streaming is just bigger now.
Yeah, like, it's just
I think a lot of people realize that that's just better than signing a deal.
Yeah. And
I think a lot of the stuff about people going back to Twitch or doing multi-streaming over re-signing with YouTube Gaming is like, YouTube Gaming has promised a lot of things, and they have the potential to be better than Twitch, but they have really not done very much to actually act on that.
No, I mean, they've done a lot better. Like, the amount of changes that have come to YouTube streaming over the past few years since, like, Courage started.
YouTube Gaming used to be horrible.
Oh my god, it was horrendous.
They made so many improvements to it.
So, like, now it's, like, viable, but it's not, like, better to choose.
I remember when YouTube Gaming launched, like, people tried streaming on it, and nobody liked it.
Yeah. So, I think it's definitely something that can be used. Like, it's not like you can't stream on there, but it's definitely more of a...
I just feel like since multi-streaming has popped off, since the whole... Like... Really, I feel like multi-streaming popped off when everybody was trying to go over to Kick because it was a new platform, but also still stream on Twitch and stuff. Like, that's when it really was like, oh, can we do multi-streaming now? And, like, now everybody wants to do it.
Yeah. And so, like, the exclusivity even with Twitch, like, the general affiliation.
It's the same thing about, like, Ninja, where he was like, he got out of his deal, and then he was like, you know what, I'm not signing a deal. I'm just going to stream everywhere.
Yeah. He streams on TikTok, Twitch, YouTube. He streams everywhere.
When he got at one point, he was streaming on all the major platforms like Twitch, YouTube, but he was also doing TikTok, Twitter, Facebook Gaming.
Oh yeah, he was doing everything. Seeing what was working the best.
12 different platforms.
Dude, that's got to be one hell of a chat to keep track of. Oh my god. Like, all the fucking people from, like, different... I don't even know how you do it, honestly, but... there's a way. If there's a will, there's a way, you know what I mean? But
honestly, he's so big, it's probably like... There's probably, like, a customary thing of... If you sub, I'm probably not going to read it. No. Because I'm getting subs constantly.
Yeah. So...
Because, like, I know, like, one time somebody called out Nick Merckx for not rating subs, and he was like, bro, I'm getting gifted, like, 100 subs an hour. Like, you want me to sit here for half an hour of, like, when I could be just playing games and entertaining you guys? You want me to sit here for, like, 20 minutes straight and just read off subs?
I mean, like, at the end of the day, like, they say, like, an over-encompassing thank you. Like... They don't, like, just say, like, fuck you, but they're like, thank you guys so much for all the love today, or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, they might not thank you individually, but they do thank you. And, I mean, at some point,
I feel like 90% of the people that actually sub to those channels know that they're just so big that, like, it doesn't really matter.
No. But...
Like, I feel like most of the people that sub to big channels like that are not looking specifically for a thank you. They're just like, I'm subbing because I want to support this person.
Yeah. Or, like, sometimes I, like, sub for, like, the emotes, to be honest. I know it's, like, a weird reason to sub, but some people have some awesome fucking emotes. In my personal experience. emotes are fucking cool shit sometimes for people. But um I think it's just I don't know. I think it comes with its pros and cons. I mean, you got to think like these people they know what they're doing. They've been doing it for so long. The same people sub to them month over month, you know what I mean? Like they've been thanked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. That's just my personal thoughts and opinions on it. We have been chatting for like an hour though, so I think it's time for us to wrap up. We're kind of running out of topics to talk about too. But thank you guys so much for chatting with us today, chilling, vibing. Um, we really appreciate it. This has been episode number 92 of the Climb Together podcast. Thank you guys so much for listening and being here. And we'll see you guys next week. Deception, say bye.
Bye.
See you guys next time. Peace.